Alright guys, so in the last video I showed you how to use the Bannerbear API to create automatic real estate pictures. In this one I'm going to show you how to actually get those pictures sent back to you so you don't have to open up Bannerbear at all, and you can have the images within the Google Sheet, like right here, and it'll automatically send you the link which you can then download or use the URL, save the image as, whatever you want to do with the image. So, let's get into it. The first thing we're going to want to do is come to our Google Sheet that we were using last time, and we want to add in a option for the finished picture. So we're just going to add to the header, finished pic, and then we're actually just going to get rid of all of these because they aren't necessary. And I'm going to change this color to, let's say, something green, just so it stands out a little bit more. Okay. So now we have where the finished picture is actually going to end up on the Google Sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into a completely new make.com scenario. This was the one that we used last time, and I'm making a brand new one here. This one is called Return Bannerbear Pictures, and it's a pretty easy setup, only about 3 modules. So let's get into it. First thing you're going to want to create is a webhook. Now, what a webhook is it's almost like a trigger on a gun. Whenever the webhook receives data, it triggers the rest of the scenario to run, and it also captures whatever data is sent to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a custom webhook. We're going to add one. I'm going to create a brand new one. I'm going to call this Return Bannerbear Images. And then we're just gonna press save. Now we're gonna choose the hook, return Bannerbear images, and as you can see, it spits out this URL right here. And what we're gonna need to do with this URL is we're gonna have to copy it and bring it back to the first scenario here. And we'll click on that, and if we come to the bottom of this scenario, there is a option for webhook URL. So what this is doing is we're putting in the address of the webhook so that all the data that this Bannerbear module creates automatically gets sent to that webhook URL, or the new webhook that we just created, and it'll capture all the data, which then we can use in the rest of the scenario. So we're going to paste in the URL that we just copied from the webhook. We're going to press OK. We're going to save it. Then we're going to come back here and press OK. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to actually want to test this here quickly. So we're going to run this scenario, come back here and run this scenario as well. Let that run, that went through. And then this one should be capturing that data here right away. It's taking a little longer than I would have expected. It's weird. Let's go back here and see what's going on. See if we even saved the URL properly. Said we did. Okay, let's stop that. Return Bannerbear image. That's weird. That should have worked. I can't really see any issues as to why that wouldn't have worked. Let's just re-input it. See what happens. Metadata. Oh, also down here in metadata, we're going to want to add row number because that will be important later. So just make sure your metadata includes row number. Okay, let's try it again. Let's run once. Oh, I messed that up. You got to have the webhook running first. My apologies. So we'll save that. Everything looks okay there. Wait for new data. Run once. There we go. Yeah, it just wanted to be annoying apparently. So as you can see, it's got everything that we need. We got the image URL that Bannerbear has created. So like if we were to copy that, like say if we go download output bundles and we were to copy this, it should take us right to a option for the image. Just like that. So now we have this, which we can then save an image as. We can use the URL to upload to social media. We can do a lot of stuff with that. But that's not all that we need to do here. So what we need to do now is actually add this to our Google Sheet so it gets back to this cell right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Google Sheets and we're going to search for update a row. So we go update a row, and then we go and connect to the correct spreadsheet ID. So we're going to look for demo Bannerbear. There we go. We'll go sheet name, which was pictures. Guess it's the only one, so it wouldn't have mattered. And then we're going to bring the metadata from the initial URL here, or the initial Bannerbear module, where I said we need to put the metadata. We're going to bring the row number from here, which then goes to here, which is the row number. It'll say somewhere in here, metadata equals number 2. And then the row number that will be updated will always be row number 2. You could also, now that I think about it, literally just put the number 2 just like that. But I think it's probably better practice to always put metadata. But you could definitely do that if you wanted to. Okay. So now we're in here. We aren't going to touch any of the values except for finished pic. And we are going to add the image URL PNG. So we're going to add that. Press OK. And we're going to run this scenario again. Let's try using the existing data, see what happens. Okay. So we got a Bannerbear image URL sent here, and it says that we updated the image here. So if we come back here, we do now have the image. So everything is working properly. So you can see it. You don't have to ever leave Google Sheets to actually create an image now. Literally just put in the data. It's good to go. In this future video, I'll show you how we actually trigger the scenario. But that's one of the final touches in building this, so we'll get to that later. But there we go, that's how you get that image there. But what we also want to do is create a Google Sheet and have this one as just an image library. So this is nice because then you can save every image that you ever create and go back and find it and do whatever you want with it. So how we do that is we add another Google Sheet called add a row. So add a row. Again, we connect to the same spreadsheet. Demo Bannerbear. But now in the sheet ID, or the sheet name, we're going to select image library. And then in row A, we are just going to put the image URL PNG again. Because in here, URL, then if we were to run the scenario one more time, it should add a brand new image right here. Okay, so we'll run this one again. This should create the new one. So look at that, added it right there. And then we still have the same image here. What I'm going to do now for this one is change the image, or change some of the numbers here. So I'm going to make this 830 instead, and we'll actually keep everything else the same except I'm going to go open house. Okay, just so then you guys can see it with just a little bit of a different picture, just to prove that it's working. So we got a new listing here, and then over here we also have new listing, and the next image should say open house and 830 for the price. So we'll run this again, run this one more time. It should be going through now, perfect. So we got a brand new image here, which says open house 8:30, so it's a brand new image, and you got access to both of them now. Cool. And then if we come back here, this image, which is the one that you currently just made, should also be the most recent image. Okay, so that's how you do all that. That's how you return the images from Bannerbear back to the Google Sheet. That's how you can create a image library that you can always access, so you can find all the pictures you've ever created. Again, you can customize this a bit more. We're just kind of going over the basics right now, the fundamentals, and then from there, you can customize it however you want to fit your specific needs. That's all I got for this video.